Hello, I'm Calvin Morris and I'm here once again to talk about Class Episode 2. I know, it's like back to back. What the hell? Yeah, the coach with the dragon tattoo. No, this is going to be slightly spoilery, maybe. So if you haven't seen the episode, you might want to give this a miss, but for the rest of us, let's talk about the good and the bad. The things I like, the things I didn't, let's talk about the coach with the dragon tattoo. And I'm going to say, straight away, I enjoyed this episode. I thought this was a pretty solid second episode. It was a self-contained story. It was his own story, but it didn't sweep aside the things that had already happened in the first episode. So it continued over the themes of the first episode, and to that extent, it made Ram very much centric to the story and what he was going through with having seen his girlfriend gutted in front of him. So that was good. It was a nice thing to see that they were still keeping that in mind and still carrying that over from the previous episode whilst telling a completely new story. So yeah, this was sort of Ram centric, but to me this episode belonged to both Ram and Miss Quill, because that woman is the most bitter, disgruntled, hilariously overly dramatic. You know, I've never seen Catherine Kelly in anything before. Okay, I didn't watch Miss Selfridge. I never watched Coronation Street, not ever. So I had never really seen her in anything at all. Not that I can remember anyway. So to see her in this, I don't know where she's pulling this stuff from, but it is over the top. It comes in under the radar. She's just pulling it from all these different angles, and it's putting together this character that is just like this really aggressive, bitter, overly sexualized nutcase, and I love her. I think she's brilliant. Yeah. So this story is obviously dealing with the fact that the coach, which is a little bit of a problem. If I'm being honest here, the coach in this story is a little bit stereotypical TV coach. He's a douchebag. There you go. So yeah, it's dealing with the story that the coach is infected by a symbiotic relationship with a dragon that lives under his skin, and people are dying. And I've got to say, the gore in this was a little bit reserved, I felt. I mean, you're in there, it didn't look too bad when you've seen it in the bags and stuff like that, but they could have let it out a little bit more. There could have been a bit more blood, and there could have been a bit more blood and guts. They could have put a bit more on camera. Not Ash versus Evil Dead kind of stuff, but they could have just showed a bit more. That's okay. There's no problem with that. Yeah, and again, to that point as well, the fact that it once again was Ram whose face got splattered with blood. I'm okay for that to be a thing. You know, if every single time, you know, somebody dies, it's Ram's face gets splattered with their guts, that's okay. I can live with that. That should be a thing going forward. So yeah, this episode definitely belonged to Ram and Miss Quill, and the things that she was doing in the classroom with the inspector, that was so good. The tension, the tension on that woman was just brilliant. And I don't know who the guy was who played the inspector, but he just had this whole, there was nothing going on. Like, it was vacant and yet brilliant. And that whole bit where she throws the stapler, it was just like, this is sort of perfect pairing. And of course, it doesn't turn out that way in the end, but if you watch the episode, you'll know what. So yeah, I liked all that. If I had to say what was really one of the bad things about this episode though, I'm going to say the VFX for the dragon. They were so good with the Shadowkin. that I was expecting to see these dragons and to be sort of, you know, really up there. And given what other shows are doing with their VFX, this wasn't up to par. It was good. Don't get me wrong, it was good, but and you know, 10 years ago this would be mind blowing. But it just it's not. It's not, and we could have done with seeing less of it. I'm afraid. But aside from that, you know, there's really only a couple of look. Do I buy that this trans-dimensional being has caught itself under the coach's skin and that he is secretly killing people because he's got this love affair with this dragon? Yeah, I can buy that. What about the fact that Miss Quill was kissing an android? Yeah, I can buy that too. What about these kids being in this school? Nah. Now, these kids, you can ask me to buy whatever you like, but I'm not going to buy the fact that these kids are on the youthful side of 21. No. I mean, some of the women in this show had 5 o'clock shadow. No. So, yeah, they're stretching it there, you know. Tell the audience that these kids are a little bit older than what they are, because the people playing them are older than what they say. I don't understand why they do that, because there's bound to be actors out there of about that age that can pull it off. And I'm not saying that these actors are doing anything bad. These actors are perfectly fine. But they aren't playing, they cannot pull off the ages that they're supposed to be playing. And that's really the only bad thing about it. I'm still enjoying the show, I'm still loving it. I think that these sort of stories here, I wish Doctor Who could be more like this and have a bit more of this in it and be this dark and have this sort of level of reality to it. Because I think it's a very, very good show. Anyway, that's what I thought of Class, The Coach with the Dragon Tattoo. Fairly good story, fairly solid, put together well, worked really decently, good continuation of character stories and good character building. All in all, a very enjoyable show. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this episode. Also feel free to like and share this video. Subscribe to this channel, go over and join me on Google+. But until next time, I'll see you later, guys.